people keep pushing NILs for everyone, NILs for everyone. I agree with that to an extent, but you have to add on this second part. NIL is for everyone who's willing to put the work in.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Sideline Stories. Today I'm here with Sabrina Oostburg, a Belmont track and field student athlete, creator, and entrepreneur. How are you doing today, Sabrina?
Hi, everyone. I'm doing awesome. Super excited to be here.
Absolutely. Can you just start, Sabrina, with giving us a quick introduction of yourself?
Yeah, of course. I'm a California native, 2022 state champion for Olympic weightlifting, and also a 13 plus NIL deal athlete.
Let's start kind of at the beginning of your journey. When you got to Belmont, were you already starting to make content at that time? And kind of when did you start to see yourself more as an athlete creator? And kind of what made you get into the cross section of being an athlete and also a content creator?
Great question. What's unique about me is that I've already been creating content before I even became a college athlete. My Instagram account originally started as a fitness account, which is why at the end of my Instagram handle it says _fit. Because when I was thinking, I want to make an Instagram account to show off my weightlifting and all my CrossFit stuff. I want to be one of those gym rat accounts where it was motivational, inspirational, all that stuff. And so I created it as a fitness account. So I'm following all these fitness influencers, doing things like that, what my day in the life at the gym looks like, all these different videos. And that's where I really got my start in content creation. But once I went to college, I was not even allowed to have my phone in the gym. There was a lot of red line tape of what I was able to film. And so I had to change my approach to content creating. So I said, okay, I'm going to make more comedy and relatable content that I can make outside the gym. And that's where I really expanded my content outside of my sport. That way it's not just Sabrina in throwing, it's Sabrina in what she eats in a day. It's Sabrina, she's kind of funny. She has this relatable content. I connect with her. And that's how I started content creating.
Absolutely. And I think that's when we look at creators nowadays, the audience wants that connection with the creator, that they're a human too, that they have good days, bad days, but funniest moments, serious moments. And you opening up outside of just watch me power clean, but also what do I eat in a day, or how did I become a college athlete? Or I know you had that one content series about the transfer portal. I think all of those personalized content series is, if I had to guess, part of the reason that, your kind of content and, personal brand online kind of rose to the next level. So again, I appreciate the insights there. And I'm definitely interested to hear your answer to what does it mean to be an athlete creator in today's world?
It's different because in today's society, you have to wear multiple hats for not just, if you want to be a social media creator, but in any job really. But specifically as an athlete, you're doing a lot of different things and you only have so much time in a day. I'm a student, I have to go to classes. I'm also an athlete, I have to go to practice. So you really only have so many different time chunks in the day to actually have time to even create content. And so to be an athlete creator, it's about prioritizing your time, but also still being authentic so that you're not just copying someone else's video. You're making things that are just really authentic to you. And that goes into when people ask me hey, how do I start making content? How do I do what you're doing? How do I grow my following? One of the things I say is you need to be authentically you. You need to make stuff that not just people want to watch, but things that you actually care about. Because today's society, people can see straight through what's fake. We have a very evolved audience. They understand how people are making content and how they're talking, and they're very good at picking up what's not true. And so you want to be genuine because we have an audience these days that just knows what they want and they know they want to follow someone's journey. And if you're not showing your journey, they're like, okay, like there's 500 other people who are doing that.
Yeah, and I think kind of echoing that point, it's being authentic. And another point I would add is create content that others can't copy, because even if they try to make it so unique to your journey and who you are as a person that others couldn't even replicate it if they wanted to. Kind of what's your attitude and approach towards NIL deals? Is it quality over quantity, or is it the more the merrier?
I would say quality over quantity. Yes, it's great. I've done 19 plus NIL deals, but I'm very picky with the brands I work with. I don't want to, promote a product to my followers that I don't even use. That's just going back to authenticity. If you don't even use a product, then it's like, why are you promoting it? It's not about one-off deals anymore. NIL has evolved so that they're looking towards long-term partnerships. And so when I look at companies I want to work with, I think, okay, one, do I use this company? Do I use this product? Do I like their product? Is it a new product I'm interested in using? Yes or no? And then secondly, do I align with their values? I see lots of college athletes team up with McDonald's, which is great, but I'm a fitness account. And everyone knows me as like a healthy fitness person. So if I'm over here promoting McDonald's, that doesn't make sense to my followers and it doesn't align with my values and who I am. So you have to think about, okay, like what kind of content are you producing and does it match up with these companies? Because the better it matches up with companies, the more that the product you're promoting is going to resonate with your followers.
Last question I have for you is, how do you manage creator burnout and how do you prioritize your mental health? Because I think that's something that doesn't always get talked about a lot, but being a creator, being always on, whether it's making content for brands or for your personal brand, kind of how do you manage creator burnout to make sure that you can perform as a student athlete, as a student and an athlete and a creator?
I like this because I actually had creator burnout the start of my first semester in the fall last year. And so this is kind of fresh for me to talk about. When that happened, if you don't know what creator burnout is, it's more where you just don't feel motivated to do it. You don't feel like creating content. You're kind of questioning like, why am I creating content? Is this really something I want to do? And for me, I was just like, oh, I do this every day. I have to do this. It almost became a chore in a sense. And so something I did to fight that was just do things outside of creating content. That is one of my hobbies and it's something I enjoy doing. But sometimes it just feels like it's something that you consistently have to do. It's a thing on your checklist that never gets checked off. So it's always in the back of your mind, like, hey, I have to create content. Hey, I can't eat this food until the gram eats it first. It's something that you're always thinking about that you have to create, like, oh, like this, you want to live in the moment, but it's sometimes hard to fight that balance of living in the moment and also recording the moment so that other people can relive it with you. And so sometimes I'll be like, okay, like, I want to be in this moment, so I just won't record it. But then sometimes later in the future, I'll be like, oh, but that was a really cool moment that I could have posted about. And so find that balance, but then also remembering your why and why you're doing it. I just really fell in love with just making things that I love again and just creating content that more I enjoy versus other people enjoy. Because for me, I was always thinking, are people going to like this? Is this something that people are interested in? Versus, do I enjoy making this? Is this something I want to put out there? And so sometimes it does go back to what you're interested in and making content also just for you. Because in the beginning, I'll make things that I could go back to later and watch again because I'm my own biggest fan. So I went back to that. Oh, I'm my own biggest fan. What else do I want to see? What do I want to put out there? Because it is your page and you're presenting yourself to the world.
Sabrina, very, very, I learned a lot during this episode. So I just want to say thank you for taking the time. You dropped a lot of really, really valuable insights that can help people who are interested in the NIL space, hoping to, facilitate their own NIL deals. So thank you so much for taking the time. At the time, the floor is yours. If you want to add anything that we didn't get to or any, mic drop words the floor is yours. And please let us know where to find you on social as well, so people can follow along with your journey.
Yes. So last thing I'll add, follow me on my socials. And if you do have any questions, if you want to do something that you're passionate about, follow the people who are already doing it. That's something I learned, how to create content. I followed the best content creators in my niche, and I saw what they're doing. I analyzed it and made it my own. So do that for yourself in like whatever niche you're doing. So if you want to connect with me, I'm on every platform you could think of except Twitter. So my Instagram, Sabrina10_fit. And you can find that across my channels. In my bio, I have all my other channels in there as well. But thank you so much for having me on today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sabrina. Excited to see your student athlete journey at Belmont. In addition, all of your channels. Guys, make sure to follow her. We will be following along. Excited to see how you continue on in your journey. And again, thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.